Go live? Oh, no, now it's live. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend.
Yay.
Here we are, you guys.
Here we are.
First and foremost, you need to make sure you click subscribe on our podcast. And it's very important for you to download from iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Do that. You should do it. Put us in your pocket right there.
Yeah, right
there. Right there in your fanny pack. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, so do that. How was your weekend, Mock? Give us an update on Ella Dog. Everybody's been dying to know.
You guys, thank you very much for all the prayers for Ella Dog. They're both in the pen right now, which is always so cute to me because they're
snuggling.
Maisie is sympathizing with her, and it's very sweet. So Ella went to the vet yesterday. We had to drug her up real good. And then they even, all the drugs that they gave us prescription wise to get her ready to just chill out for her x-ray, it didn't work. They had to sedate her because she was so anxious. And then they really had to mess around with her a lot. So she was in a lot of pain, and she doesn't do well with like sedation at all. So when she got home last night, she was a mess, absolutely just out of sorts and yelping. She sounded like one of the screaming huskies that we play.
Really?
I've never heard those sounds come out of her where she was like, ah! Like that.
Oh
like it
my
was
God.
so awful.
That
and
sucks.
really, really limpy. And then Maisie started to do the same thing because she was so worried about her, which was really cute. But
so, like
she does
sympathy screaming.
Yes,
oh my God.
Sympathy screams. But she does seem better this morning. Like she wanted to jump off the bed, which I was like, do not. But she, she's still limping. And so we won't know until today. They'll call, I hope, today with the results of the x-ray. But, they still suspect that it's like soft tissue, whatever, that's just going to take time to heal. And then, they just want her to rest. That's all you can do. They were like, you could maybe put ice on it. They think it's her knee. And I'm like, how am I supposed to ice a dog's knee? You know what I mean? Like
you can wrap it
for that.
You can wrap it and like tape it up and just have her walk around with like an ice pack on her knee. A little one.
She will not.
You don't think?
Not tolerate that. No. But she is calm and she's recovered from the sedation. So she's doing, she's doing as good as she can. And then her second chiropractor appointment is Thursday. So I'm actually really excited about that now to see if, I don't know, they can find anything that might help her feel good. So we'll see.
You know who does really well with sedation? This girl. I do really well with it. And so we're going to have a shorter show today because I have a thing to do after the show I got to get to. And I'm going to be under sedation, which will be fantastic because I need a nap. I need a nap so bad, you guys. So we're going to be it's going to be a little shorter of a show today, you guys. But we're going to pack a lot in.
Much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So much. And we already have people to thank. For example, John Newbaum. Thank you. John said, welcome back. A U.S. company is looking to make electric-powered ambulances in coal-powered plants. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Renna Peer. Thank you. Renna says, good morning, y'all. It is our son's 42nd birthday. Happy birthday to Jared.
Happy birthday.
Indeed. And we have other thanks from last week that we didn't, that came in like after our show. So, first Stephanie Mum sent this and said, safe travels, Mock. Looking forward to new picks and gifts from sponsors. Have a great weekend. XOXO. And yes, if you are an insider or local supporter, then you got to see lots of video. I took video of the house progress at Mar-a-Lago. So make sure if you haven't joined yet, you do join either Facebook insiders or local supporters. So thank you, Stephanie. And then also thank you to Kathleen Barbie on Venmo, who said, happy birthday this past weekend to my fellow Chick fan, Pam Minch. Hope you had a wonderful day. So happy birthday to Pam. And then remember how last week we read an email from someone who was like, you guys, it worked. Like what you said has changed my mind about voting for Larry Hogan.
I do remember.
We got a few more of those. So Stephanie Lynn on Twitter said, at Chicks on Right, as a Marylander, I think you guys made a very valid point about Larry Hogan running for Senate. We'll definitely keep that in mind come November.
Love.
And then we also got an email from Becky who says she's moving soon to South Carolina. She says, I listened to that show. I had you right in my pocket while I walked Oliver, her golden retriever. I heard Mock read an email from Maureen in Maryland. She said she detests lock him up Larry Hogan and had not planned to vote for him until she heard the two of you talking about the big picture and how it's important to have Republicans. Is he really a Republican, though? No matter how awful they may be, they are better than the alternative, especially here in Deep Blue, Maryland. I, too, thought about what you said and decided I'll hold my nose and vote for the Rhino. We need all the wins we can get. I love you girls and have been a faithful daily listener since the pandemic. You both rock and make listening to all the news a little better. You are the spoonful of sugar that helps the medicine go
Oh, I
down.
love that.
Isn't that the sweetest?
She's also moving to South Carolina. Look at that.
Yeah. So we'll be neighbors. Miss Becky, thank you very much for that email. So yeah, we had a lot of little thanks to give out from this past weekend, which was very, 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 very nice. You guys are so nice. You know who else is nice is Zach Abraham, friend and sponsor of this program. He is with Bulwark Capital Management, and he is talking a lot lately, as everybody in the finance world is, about inflation. And so he calls it, by the way, he calls inflation the silent portfolio killer. And his aim is to help as many of our listeners as possible shield their retirement portfolios against that portfolio killer of inflation. He knows how to do it. He's the expert at this. And so he does these free webinars every so often that you can jump in and learn all about how to protect your retirement. So his next one is on June 27th, which I believe is a Wednesday. Is that right? I could be wrong about that.
I'm looking. Yes, it's a Thursday.
And it is at 3:30 Pacific time. So that means 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And you can sign up for that by going to knowyourriskradio.com, knowyourriskradio.com. And then I am required to tell you about this disclaimer. Investment advisory services are offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk, are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Trek 24244. Go to knowyourriskradio.com.
.com.
That's a mouthful.
God, that was a total mouthful. You okay? You all right?
I'm okay. I'll be all right.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so we've been gone 4 days. That means a lot of stuff has gone down for real. Like a lot of things happen when we take that much of a break. And probably the best, most awesome news of all that happened while we were gone is that the 4 hostages were rescued by the IDF in an intense operation. And one of them was Noah, right? Like to me, she is the face of this entire October 7th hullabaloo. She was the one that you saw on the motorcycle, screaming for her boyfriend. You cannot erase that imagery from your mind, right?
Yep.
And she's one of the ones that was rescued.
Did you see some of the footage of them going in there?
Oh my gosh.
It's remarkable. Yeah, it is.
Truly incredible. And now we're going to slowly hear about kind of the horrors that they had to go through. So for example, she talked about her time in captivity. She said food was scarce until she was transferred to the home of a wealthy Gazan family. And so she washed dishes. She was basically enslaved by this family. And when on the morning of the rescue, she was washing dishes when she heard a scream from the living room. And then masked men told her that they were IDF.
Oh my God.
Said they were basically there to rescue her. And that was that.
Could you imagine?
Can you believe that?
God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is really unbelievable.
And then 3 other men were also rescued. And apparently a doctor that was in charge of treating them said that they were beaten, abused almost every single day, that it was a harsh experience every hour, both physical, mental, and other types of abuse. And it's beyond comprehension. Did you see,
they had no protein. Their muscles
no protein,
no protein at all. Yeah. So they're just all, just the malnutrition, everything, the neglect, no sunlight. All God, they were just treated like basically like animals, worse than animals. You wouldn't treat your animals this way. Yeah. So listen, they're lucky to be alive. These people.
Oh my God. So lucky. And they're going to be recovering from this forever. For
the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I can't imagine the hell they went through.
Ugh, I don't even want to. Wow. incredible in creation. And I was marveling, like I wasn't paying a lot of attention to news over the weekend, but every now and then I would sort of check in, and I saw that story and I was like, oh my God, almost cried with happiness that they were rescued. And then I started realizing that there were actually people in the media and just on socials that were not overjoyed about this. They were upset because Palestinians were killed in the process.
Oh my God.
Including some of the Palestinians that were hosting these hostages in their home. The slave drivers were killed. Well, I'm sorry. That the kidnappers essentially, I'm sorry they were hurt. No, I'm not sorry at all.
Sorry. Not sorry. Yeah, what is even going on?
I don't know. I was like, that was what I said. I was like, what's going on? That not every single American is rejoicing. Everybody should be rejoicing in this.
And then the UN, I saw this one, the UN is there's the ceasefire agreement. They're like, hey, we should have a ceasefire. There was that this morning I saw in the news. And I don't understand people's logic on this, like how we have come so far in such a short period of time where the narrative is somehow the Israelis are doing something wrong. I don't get it.
It's amazing.
Right.
And if you hate if you hate some of the mainstream media, I can assure you, you do not hate them enough. Because look at this. This is the Washington Post. So their headline said more than 200 Palestinians killed in Israeli hostage raid in Gaza. God. The brazen daytime raid freed 4 Israeli hostages, but unleashed relentless bombardment on the. That's how they position this.
Absolute trash.
I mean, garbage.
Just trash. Unreal.
How do you? I just can't.
Yeah.
And then now. You got to listen to this and then tell me if I'm being crazy. But there is a Democrat representative named Jerry Connolly. I don't know what state he hails from, but he was interviewed about this because, of course, all these Democrats are like, but the 200 Palestinians. Oh my God. And the way that he describes how these hostages were held is he says something like they were held in the tender, loving mercy of Hamas. And I was like,
God.
Is he being sarcastic or is he being legit? Because I genuinely can't tell. So you listen and then tell me what you think. Because I was like, what is even happening?
Hundreds of Palestinians were killed in the raid that rescued those 4 Israeli hostages yesterday. How might that impact ceasefire negotiations?
Well, I think the initial response, obviously, in Israel is joy and celebration at the release of 4 hostages who have been there for 8 months. In the tender loving mercies of Hamas. That is to be celebrated. What? But the loss of life incurred in doing that is something that I think is horrifying. And I would hope that the Israeli military and the Israeli government take a moment of reflection about the high costs of their operations generally.
Mm-hmm. There will be no reflection. If somebody comes into your house and kidnaps, like violently, I don't know, murders people around you, puts babies in ovens, kidnaps your kid, and then takes your kid for 8 months. And then by the grace of God, you have some sort of, I don't know, like a Navy SEAL or somebody go in there and they get him out. And then people die. Terrorists die. The people who took your kid, all the terrorists there die in that process. Are you somehow feeling bad for the terrorists? Because I'm not. I'm not feeling bad.
What is going on, right?
We're like, what world are we living in? Because that's pure evil right there. I'm not feeling bad about that. If I get my baby back, it's sorry, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have taken my kid from me violently. I'm going to unleash hell on you. And I hope that hell is unleashed.
So what did the tender loving mercy thing?
I don't even know. I think that guy is, I don't know. I couldn't tell. He was kind of stone-faced. I hope that he was kidding. If he wasn't kidding, may God have mercy on his soul.
Oh my God, right? And then the fact that he was like, oh yeah, Israel is celebrating the release. There was no release.
There wasn't.
No hostage was released. They were rescued.
Right. Exactly.
I'm so sick of hearing that word. Oh my God.
Yeah. But I mean, Hamas wasn't being benevolent.
Right.
They've never been.
They were not released.
They're terrorists.
Oh
it's like, what kind of crazy narrative, like propaganda world are we living in? I reject it.
Well, the only person, not the only person, but there were plenty of folks on the right side of the aisle who were speaking about this in the right way. One of those people was Tom Cotton.
And what a wonderful day for the people of Israel to have 4 of these hostages rescued in a truly heroic, well-executed mission yesterday. I had a chance to speak with Prime Minister Netanyahu shortly after the mission. He commended the Israeli Defense Forces and Shin Bet and the Israeli police who helped execute this operation. I'm very dismayed by sources from the progressive left here in America, to include the New York Times and Washington Post, who are somehow condemning Israel for saving 4 hostages at the cost of supposedly more than 200 Palestinians. Now, we can't take at face value what Hamas says through the supposed Gaza Ministry of Health. But my advice to them would be, if you don't want your people killed in hostage rescue missions, then you shouldn't take hostages in the first place.
Probably a good idea.
Release them once you have, and you certainly shouldn't hide them in civilian areas. So hats off to the Israeli security forces for a fantastic day in rescuing these 4 hostages.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pro tip. Gaza.
I mean, what? How does this need to be said out loud?
Because everybody's stupid now. That's why everybody has just become stupid. Terrorists, bad. Good people, good. Okay.
I mean, people have lost their minds. They've absolutely lost their minds.
Yep.
John Newbaum, thank you. John says Daisy's having a procedure.
Yes, I'm getting my boobs done. I'm getting my boobs done. That's what's happening.
She's going to come back bigger and better tomorrow, you guys.
I can't wait to show you guys what it is. It's going to be great.
Cindy Garzon, thank you. Cindy says, Mock, try cold laser therapy. I don't know what that is.
For
and I'm
the
assuming
dog?
that for the dog. I don't know. I'm going to have to look. I don't know what that is. I will look into it, though. I will do just about anything it takes to keep my Ella dog comfortable and happy until the end of her days.
She totally will. She will do all the things.
I will do all the things. I mean, short of being stupid about it. Like, because I know, you guys know she's almost 15. I get it. My days with her are numbered, but and I would never make her suffer unintentionally. But I will do all the things.
She will do. She may not make her suffer, but she will do all the weird ass things that'll make the dog go, "What are you doing, Mom? Why are you putting me in a trapeze?
Why are you trying to ice my knee? I didn't even know I had knees."
Exactly. And having people rub me, and what are you doing? This is not normal. Why am I at a spa? Why am I at a spa, Mom? Yeah.
Why are you putting cucumbers on my eyes?
I don't understand it. I'm a dog. Yeah.
Deborah Raciti, thank you. Deborah says, moving to South Carolina in 3 weeks. See you there, Mock. I'm so jealous. You only have 3 weeks to wait. Oh my gosh. Everybody's moving to South Carolina. Welcome.
And what's going on with Facebook today? So many comments about Facebook not showing us, or something about the Facebook feed today. What's going on, Mark?
I didn't get any errors.
Zuckerberg, Gleeborg 9. What are you doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Jose
Luis, thank you. Jose says, Hogan single-handedly kept my kids' Catholic school open when Montgomery County tried to shut them down during COVID. Hogan has all our votes, including my kids that were most affected and are now 18 and able to vote.
Okay. All right. Well, Hogan's a hero. Look at him.
I mean, even if he does look like a big toe, you just gotta pull the lever for the big toe. And John Newbaum again. Thank you. John says, remember, Gaza voted for Hamas to be their government. Indeed, they did. And they would do it again. I am sure of it.
Exactly.
I'm absolutely sure of it. People think you're really getting a boob job now.
I'm not getting, you guys, I'm not. I was joking. You guys should know that I joke. If you've been here more than 5 minutes, you know that I joke about things.
She's not doing the boob job.
I'm not going to get a boob job.
You guys, Father's Day is this weekend, and you still have time to show your dad or any dad in your life that you are close to, that you want to celebrate for Father's Day. Show them the love by getting them a Father's Day gift package at omahasteaks.com. Yummy, yummy steaks obviously are included in the pre-curated package, but then there's also pork chops, there's chicken, there's jumbo franks, there's burgers, all of the good stuff. Plus their amazing, what's the
seasoning.
Yeah, the seasoning. That's the word I couldn't think of.
Getting a little graphic there. Getting a little calm down, Mom. Okay, we're talking about steak.
Seasoning.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. I get very
All
excited
right.
about steaks.
Hello.
So all these packages start at just $89 when you use code CHICKS at omahasteaks.com. And if you're like me, you might want to add some seafood. Might want to add a little seafood sprinkle
It's a
into
little
your
crazy.
because it is delicious. omahasteaks.com. Don't forget to use code CHICKS. All right, let's move on. Because again, we got a lot to get to in the next hour.
Uh-huh.
So Hunter Biden's trial for the gun charges is now in jury deliberations, and we've got a couple different ways of looking at this. Jonathan Turley, we have up first talking to Neil Cavuto about his thoughts on how this may go. Here is Mr. Turley.
This is an open and shut case. In a normal case where this is not a Biden, they'd have a harder time finding the jury room than finding a verdict. They would be out within an hour. But I think the defense here is playing a jury nullification defense, and they are hoping that you can't convict a Biden in Bidentown. That's what Wilmington is. That's the hometown of the Bidens. And I think they're hoping for a hung jury, even jury nullification, and they could well get it. But the fact is you can overplay that hand. Some of the defenses put forward, actually most of them, collapsed within 2 days. And that may alienate some jurors as saying, for God's sake, don't play us for chumps.
Now, you need only one juror, right? Could a single juror be influenced by the presence of Jill Biden there?
That's right. And that was a reminder. I'm sure it irked the prosecutors. It reminded them whose town this is. And I'm sure the prosecutors didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Trump being in New York at all, and you can see him walking into the courtroom and he's like, oh, hey, everybody, I'm here. Look, and here's my wife.
And my mom, who it cost us $345,000 to fly back and forth.
Yeah, I thought it was $384, but you're probably right. Yeah, but who's counting, right?
Right. I mean,
it's just our money. She doesn't care. I mean, she just wants 4 more years of it so she can abuse her elderly husband some more.
God.
It's all about the money, right?
All about the money.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, if you're hoping for a conviction, I would not bet on it because of the reasons that Jonathan Turley just outlined. But according to Alan Dershowitz, he actually thinks it's a positive for Trump if Hunter gets off.
Agreed.
Here is Alan.
Look, the best thing that could possibly happen to Donald Trump is if Hunter Biden gets acquitted, because the evidence against Hunter Biden is so much more compelling. Mm-hmm. The legal issue is so much more compelling than anything against Donald Trump. And it will prove beyond any doubt that this is all about where the trial was conducted, that if you're Trump and you're tried in New York, it's automatic guilt. And if you're Biden and you're tried in Delaware, it's a different verdict. So the best thing that could possibly happen to Donald Trump is the acquittal of Biden based on all this evidence. It would also be a good thing for America. It would uncover and disclose the horrible double standard that our criminal justice system is going through. Maybe we could get some reform. Maybe we can do something about it. Right now, our criminal justice system is the laughing stock of the world, and I feel just so horrible about it. I've devoted 60 years of my life to trying to defend and explain a legal system based on neutral principles. That legal system is gone. The Trump case destroyed it. And if there were an acquittal in this case, at least it would expose it. Now, there may be a conviction in this case because the evidence is so overwhelming. That won't hurt Donald Trump. But if there were an acquittal, it would help Donald Trump enormously in the court of public opinion. Nobody would believe that the New York verdict was justified if there's an acquittal in this case.
People already know there's a 2-tier system.
Yeah.
We already know that there's a double standard. So he's absolutely right. This would just put the nail in the coffin. It would totally do that. And a lot of people who are like so already ticked off about the Trump stuff would see this and go, oh my God,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's so much corruption. Our justice system is, as you would say, borked. We've got to do something about it. What do we do? Well, we've got to get this guy into office, And I mean, how could you guys? It's so blatantly obvious. It already is so obvious to all of us with half. But no, liberals are going to turn and they're going to say, "Oh no!" I mean, Hunter,
he court of jury of his peers,
and he was on drugs, you guys. He was
right.
On
he suffers
drugs.
from a disease. So, I mean, you have to be really nice to him.
Totally different.
Okay, we just got a Venmo from Ivania Castle. Thank you. She says, "Love what Alan has to say, but he'll still vote for Biden." I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't agree with that.
About that.
I think he's pretty much on Trump's side now.
I don't know if he'll vote for Trump either, but I don't think he'll vote for Biden. I just think he would.
I think he'll actually vote for Trump. I think he will.
Do?
Yep. I think he's probably, because I think the step that he said right there about our justice system, like he's spent 60 years in our justice system and it is just done. I think for that reason alone, he's probably like, I got to do something about it.
I don't know. I mean, I hope you're right. I definitely hope you're right for sure. I just don't know. Maybe I'm just too cynical.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's easy to be cynical, but
yeah. For sure. C. Douglas, thank you. C. Douglas says, "Dad already got his package and is loving it. Omaha Steaks for the win."
Love it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. That helps more than you know. Biden was asked in a recent interview with that creepy ABC guy. I don't remember his name, but anyway, he was asked point blank, "Do you have plans to pardon Hunter if he is convicted?" And here is Biden on that.
Here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
You have.
Seriously, should we believe him? The guy's lied his entire career. Do you believe him? I don't believe a word he says. Plus, he is staring directly into the sun or something. What is going on with it? Why is he always like this?
I know.
Why is it always this?
I mean, he says that, but then there was like a whole panel on CNN to talk about whether or not he really means it.
I don't
and of
believe
course,
him.
like the Kara Swishers of the world are all like, "Of course." I mean, he said it, so you have to take him at his word.
Okay.
I'm like, are you aware of his history of lying about everything?
He plagiarized his way through life. He lies. Yeah,
exactly. So here is the panel weighing whether or not what you just heard Biden say is going to hold.
Saying I support. If he didn't say it, they would attack him for being a terrible father.
And also, by the way, he has said, he was asked directly, and he has said he wouldn't pardon his son if he gets convicted.
Let's wait to see what happens if he loses.
Yeah, but he said it. I mean, and he said he would abide.
Well, what's he going to say? He has to say that.
Well, I don't know.
We don't know if Hunter Biden is actually going to be found guilty. I think he will. We don't know, even if he's found guilty, whether he will go get a real prison sentence in this or in a subsequent tax case. If he does get a real prison sentence, despite your endearing faith in Joe Biden's word, Joe Biden will pardon his son to spare him a prison sentence after the election, one way or the other.
All right. Lulu.
What was that cherry outfit? What was that?
It wasn't good. That was a tablecloth. You don't.
Yeah, I
that's
don't.
not a shirt.
With the red pants and the red shoes. What
not
was
okay.
that?
It's not okay.
No, it wasn't.
Whatever it was not okay. He's
Stop
gonna
it.
pardon him.
He's
There's
totally
no
gonna
way
pardon.
he's not
It's
gonna.
his son, of course. And I don't think he's gonna get off.
You do?
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna happen to him. I think it's gonna be just like Dershowitz, what he said. I think we're going to see right there in front of us a huge shining example of the dual system of justice. That's what we're going to see. And that's going to be fine, because it's just going to be like, oh, look, like a beacon on the hill. We see how borked everything is. Exactly. Now do you see liberals? Now I think that's what's going to happen personally. Because it's like friendly territory for him. You see him walking in that courtroom. Hey, you guys got some drugs? So
Denise Albritton, thank you. Denise says a dropper full of CBD oil on moist food daily helped our 14-year-old farm dog stop limping. Now she acts like a youngster. I will try it. Now I've tried CBD oil as a human and thought it was completely useless and pointless and never worked.
Maybe you can just get her to smoke a joint.
I'm not seeing how that would work. I just am not seeing.
Just putting it out there.
But I'll tell you what I do know about dogs, and that is that they absolutely benefit from Ruff Greens.
Oh my God.
I can tell you, I do credit Ruff Greens with contributing to how long my girls live. I mean, Maisie's going to be 10. My Ella girl's about to be 15. And I do credit Ruff Greens with giving them the nutritional supplements, the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, the digestive enzymes that they need to live their longest possible lives. And this is the founder of this, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black. He is focused on improving the health of every single dog. It's a mission in life for him. And this is a green powder that you just sprinkle on their dry, dead dog food, and it brings it to life. It turns
and they
it
love
from,
it.
like, yeah, they love it.
They love it.
It takes it from brown kibble to like green, yummy tasting food that they love. They absolutely love it. And it helps them with all kinds of things, their coat, their energy levels, their breath, which I know is a concern for a lot of dog owners. It helps with all of the things, and you can try it for free. You can get a free Jumpstart trial bag when you go to Ruff Chicks, RUFF chicks.com. That's RUFFchicks.com. Ruffchicks.com. A free Jumpstart trial bag. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? I ask you. So now you can try it. Okay, you guys. Speaking of trials, there's a lot of stuff going on, or that happened over the weekend. Lots of hullabaloo about both Steve Bannon and Alex Jones. So Steve Bannon, who was found guilty of like contempt of defying the January 6th subpoena, right? So that's his charge. That's his crime. And now he's gone through all these appeals and everything has failed. It's looking like he's going to go to jail on July 1st. Here's Caitlin Collins and Ellie Honig on CNN to discuss.
When Peter Navarro asked for that help, what do you expect them to do here?
They're not going to touch this, and Steve Bannon will be in prison, I believe, as of July 1st. He's just about out of options here. Now, the reason he's been out, he got sentenced to 4 months. He was given what's called bail pending appeal. And by the way, stash that term away, because Donald Trump will be asking for bail pending appeal after he's sentenced in July. And that means what it sounds like. You get to stay out of prison until your appeal's over. But to get that, you have to show that you have a substantial likelihood, potentially, of winning your appeal. Well, Bannon's lost his appeal now, so he's down to the Hail Marys. He can ask the entire D.C. Circuit to rehear the case. They almost never do that. I don't think they're going to do it here. He can go to the Supreme Court. I don't think they're taking it, and then he's got to surrender.
I want to say, I mean, it's just, this is nuts.
It's
all
crazy.
This is right. Again, with the dual system of justice. Here we are again. Wow.
It's nuts. And Steve Bannon is not going down he's not going down without a fight.
Mm-hmm.
He is fighting mad. And he was saying all the things outside the courtroom. Here he is.
Something specifically about the Justice Department. Merrick Garland, Lisa Monaco, the entire Justice Department. They're not going to shut up Trump. They're not going to shut up Navarro. They're not going to shut up Bannon. And they're certainly not going to shut up MAGA. If you look right here, you reporters, in the 2.5 or 3 years we've been here, look at the rise of MAGA. Look at the rise of Donald Trump. If the election was held today, according to Harry Enton over at CNN, President Trump would win in a landslide. All of this, besides the major legal issues that have to be addressed, all of this is about one thing. This is about shutting down the MAGA movement, shutting down grassroots conservatives, shutting down President Trump. Not only are we winning, we are going to prevail, and every number and every poll shows that. There's nothing that can shut me up and nothing that will shut me up. There's not a prison built. There's not a prison built or a jail built that will ever shut me up.
I mean, good for him, because it's about silencing dissent and opposition and imprisoning it. Like, what is even, it's America, man. What is even happening? Like, I was talking to my kids, like my older kids, the other day, one of them in particular. And I was like, because he was sending me, this is our son-in-law, he was sending me like memes and stuff about a lot of this stuff. And I was like, we basically live in a third world country now. Like, it's crazy when you start thinking about that. And then you start thinking about your kids and your grandkids. And y'all, this is not okay. None of this is okay. Like, I mean, you can just think, oh, it's just one guy going to jail, but it's not just one guy going to jail. Right. It's a lot of these, like the MAGA, it's just a lot of conservatives going to jail. And then on the other side, no one's going to jail. So, you know what I mean? Like this, you can wear a tinfoil, you can say these people are wearing tinfoil hats or like, oh, Daisy, you're just being kind of crazy. But there is a concerted effort to silence opposition in this country. And that is not American. It's just not. It's not what our founders wanted.
And Steve is another example. Alex Jones is another example. I loathe Alex Jones. I don't think I've made that any secret. But what is happening to him is freaking madness. And the fact that, listen, he said ridiculous things about Sandy Hook, but to actually have a judgment of what is it, $1.6 billion that he's expected to pay simply because he said something out loud that people were horrified by. Well, there is supposed to be a First Amendment for a reason. So the fact that there's this judgment at all is crazy to me. And now, because he hasn't paid it, now he's at the point, and we mentioned this last week, that they are going to seize his assets if he does not liquidate and start to pay out some of this judgment. So this all broke. And again, I'm sorry, but this is Caitlin Collins who is breaking this news. And so she was talking about it with some really creepy, wide-eyed guy. I don't know him, but you'll hear their discussion. And this is just insane what's going on.
We have some breaking news for you tonight as the InfoWars host and known conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has just moved to liquidate his personal assets to pay the families of the victims of the Sandy Hook massacre. Alex Jones owes those families more than $1.5 billion in damages over his repeated lies and claims that the shooting was a hoax. Joining us now is senior media reporter Oliver Darcy. And Oliver, tell us what's happening here and what this means for Alex Jones.
Well, for one, the families are going to hopefully see some money. They haven't seen a dime since these judgments came down, meaning that Alex Jones owes them $1.5 billion for telling this really heinous lie about the Sandy Hook shooting back in 2012. It also means that he's no longer eventually going to own InfoWars, which is this conspiracy empire that he's used for years and years to peddle all sorts of lies and conspiracy theories. He's eventually going to lose control of that. It is a little bit confusing because his company's in bankruptcy court and he's personally in bankruptcy court, but because he owns the company, it's part of his personal assets, this does mean he will lose control of the company.
Well, and can we just play this? We were all watching this moment of him on InfoWars the other day where he was seeming to cry about this situation that he was in.
I believe in my parents. I believe in humanity. And I just want to fucking stop these people. They gotta be stopped. We gotta stop them. So, at the end of the day, we're going to beat these people.
Him talking about the future of this company.
I think he sees the writing on the wall there, Caitlin, and he was talking all weekend about how this was likely possible, that he was going to get shut down, and now he is agreeing tonight in court to liquidate his personal assets, which again will mean that he's not going to own this conspiracy empire he's owned since the 1990s and really used to poison the public discourse.
Okay. Listen, I don't like what he said either. But if you're going to start charging people for poisoning the public discourse, do we get to charge Fauci?
Or Biden for that matter?
Yeah, because Fauci owes me some money and he owes you money. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we don't need to be paying him, for crying out loud. I don't need to be paying his pension at this point. He shouldn't be the highest paid for. This is the thing. Where does it end? If it's just, because we have free speech, like you said, and I don't like it either. I don't like the things that he said either, but my God, where does that end? It's just it only happens when that person is on the right,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it either.
C. Douglas, thank you. C. Douglas says, Daisy, good luck with your procedure, but you really don't need a facelift. She's not getting
I said nothing about a facelift. I said boobs. Thank you, though.
Everybody's all up in your business.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got to move on because Trump, there's a new couple clips from a recent rally that he did over the weekend. One of them, well, two of them, more of them actually, but we're just limiting this discussion to two. Two of them in particular are getting a lot of attention. The first one, he is clearly kidding. And yet, of course, the mainstream media is like, oh, about what he says. You guys, Watch.
By the way, isn't that breeze nice? Do you feel the breeze? Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. See, now the press will take that and they'll say he said a horrible thing.
See, he knew it.
And he knows it.
He totally knew it. And they did. And they ran with it. And they cut that last part out. And then they just used the first part.
Right.
God, I hate our media. I hate them.
You don't hate them enough, though. Nobody hates them enough.
God, I hate them.
You know?
They're the worst. And they run with it.
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely just clutching their pearls about this, you guys, because they're like, see, he doesn't care about anybody, only himself. He only cares about his votes. He doesn't care about people. You guys, he said that to the people. Of course he's kidding.
And then they'll ignore every single thing that Biden does and all the pandering, just the obvious pandering that he does to all the different, I mean, they'll just ignore all of it.
I know. It's
Double
amazing.
standard.
It's amazing. So then there was this story that Trump was telling about electric cars and sharks that took on a life of its own. I'll just say that. And listen, I'm going to be voting for Trump, but he probably needs to tone down the
storytelling.
Because this one, I was just like, where are you going with this story? So at the end of it, unfortunately, you're going to hear Mika's assessment of Trump, but the story is one for the ages.
I went to a boat company in South Carolina. The boat, I said, how is it? He said, it's a problem, sir. They want us to make all electric boats. So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery is now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy.
Happening?
He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now really got decimated, and other people too. A lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards. Or here, do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark. So we're going to end that. We're going to end it for boats.
Some would call that completely unfit to deal with the challenges as the leader of the free world. Just completely unfit.
You are shitting me. You're shitting me with this. Oh my God.
I know.
As somebody I am also a person who doesn't think in a linear way. I'm going to go off on 50 tangents, you guys, if I'm telling a story. That's just how I do it. It's one of the reasons that Mock actually introduces things, because I'm useless when it comes to that. I will seriously go off and I will tell you 50 different things and I will not stay focused because I have severe ADD. Yeah, I'd be like, look at the squirrel. Okay. But so I actually could follow what he was talking about. I could follow.
I mean, he came back around. He got there. He got to the question.
I could follow it. I could. to say that he is unfit and then think that Biden is fit.
Right? Because we got some Biden to show too. And we got
a whole montage of Biden to show. I mean, come on, lady. That is a stretch, Mika. Go get another facelift. I cannot. No.
Oh my God. It was just so funny to me. Sharks and boats and batteries. And
there have been a lot of shark attacks. I know. That was on his mind. There was one in Galveston, for crying out loud. That's weird. In Destin, it's obviously climate change, you guys. So you need to give more money to the government so they can solve the problem.
Yeah, for sure. Because
they can staple more money to the clouds. Yeah.
And again, we've said this a couple times during even today's broadcast, but if you hate the media, I promise you don't hate them enough. George Stephanopoulos, the reason for my name today, which was a tough one. I was like, is it Stephanopoulos or Makalis? And then I don't even know where I landed, but he is saying the quiet part out loud. So the fact he's on some podcast, it doesn't even matter whose it is, but listen to what he says about journalists interviewing Trump live.
I've long felt that Trump's superpower is a lack of shame. And you see it when he'll be up on a town hall stage or a debate stage or in an interview with a reporter, and he'll say 2 + 2 = 5, and we'll get fact checked and we'll just keep barreling through. Or when there's a controversy and he doesn't apologize for it, when any other politician in the history of politics would.
But I think, and that means, it's going to be a challenge for those who are doing the debate in June. I mean, I think it's journalistic malpractice to do a live interview with President Trump on television.
Oh my God. These people, that's journalistic malpractice to actually do journalism.
Right? It's incredible.
Yeah. So instead, he's like, suppress the truth. That's what he wants to do. And that guy had the audacity to say that, okay, as a politician, Trump lies and then he doesn't apologize, whereas other politicians don't do that.
Oh my God.
All the other politicians have never done that. Dude, what? Are you serious? The amount of gaslighting and projection that we get on a daily basis, it's at a speed of 100 WTFs per hour. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with these people constantly gaslighting me. It's too much. It gets to the point where you're just like, I'm done. I can't stop it. Stop telling me things that you're pushing it all off on me.
Right.
It's like I don't think we have this in the lineup today, but I saw Rachel Maddow say that Trump is wanting to deport all of these migrants, the illegals. He's wanting to deport everybody. So he's going to have these camps, and she's afraid that he's going to want to seek retribution on people like her, and that she will be like, he's going to want to get rid of her. He's going to want to come after people like her. I mean, it's like, it's the stuff that they put out there is insane to me.
That's when you want somebody there to be like, you mean like Alex Jones? Do you mean like Steve Bannon? Is that what you're afraid of? You hag?
And maybe for the past, however 5 years, you shouldn't have done stuff to him where he would want to seek revenge so hard. Why and then that's the thing. You've internalized it. So you're so paranoid about it. You're paranoid about it because you've done the things. You've done the things that are so awful to this human that now you're like, oh shit, he's going to seek revenge. Well, if you weren't such a sea hag, maybe he wouldn't want to seek revenge.
They're really good at the FA part, right? But not so good at the FO.
At the FO.
Not really good at that part.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Rodriguez, thank you. Jose says, I'm looking forward to the new double D's segment after Daisy's procedure. Prayer.
I feel like you're going to be disappointed. I've raised that bar kind of high just by mentioning that, and you're going to be like, wah, 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 wah.
It's not happening. Russell Brand speaking out about how people should be voting this November, and I think he's got it exactly right.
Choice between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. If you care about democracy, if you care about freedom, I don't know how you can do anything other than vote for Donald Trump for precisely the reasons that they claim that you can't vote for Donald Trump.
Exactly.
They act as if a vote for Donald Trump is almost like you're directly voting for Armageddon. Like you see hysterical performances outside of courtrooms, endless MSNBC bombast. But I'm starting to think that no, a greater threat to democracy is this kind of technological feudalism that tells you that it cares about you and it's protecting vulnerable people, all the while increasing censorship, increasing the funding of wars, increasing the division between ordinary Americans.
Quite right.
Somebody said that you should totally stuff your bra tomorrow and just freak everybody out.
Put some chicken cutlets in there, and just
You
be
need
like,
something-
what?
You need something more dramatic than chicken cutlets.
I
You
need to,
like
I definitely need something more dramatic to get these things to stand up. Are you kidding? Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm gonna need my husband, the engineer, to figure something out. We'll work on it today, you guys.
just get some socks, get some
Like a
rolled up
crane.
socks.
I'm gonna need socks and a crane and something. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Like a pulley system
Yeah.
and like a
You guys are
like
gonna
a-
see like something going on in the background. There's gonna be like puppeteers back here. Nothing. There's nothing. No, I actually got a boob job. It's fine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. We gotta get to the Biden stuff because man, was he ever a hot mess
Oh my
for the
God.
last several days. So this first I don't even know. I don't remember what this first clip, where this was from. If this was a D-Day talk or if this, I don't know. I think it was a D-Day talk. But remember how we've played the clips before where he's like, he considers himself a child of like a bazillion different cultures.
Right. He's Puerto Rican. He's he's black. He's Irish. He's everything.
all the things.
Yeah, he's been every single thing, you guys.
Well, now he's kind of doing an open call for genealogists to just come and sort him out. And so here's his latest claim that according to his grandpappy, he is a child of the revolution.
Oh.
Here he is to tell that story.
Mr. President, Brigitte, distinguished guest, you know, one of the things that's been a legend in my family.
Oh,
My middle name is Robinet. And allegedly, I've been told by my grandfather that this was established. I've not found it yet. Maybe someone could help me. That I'm a son
Nobody
of the
can
American
help you.
Revolution because
Nobody.
Robinette came over with Lafayette and never went home. He stayed in the United States. So that makes me a son of the American Revolution.
Oh, okay.
And but I haven't been able to establish that yet. So maybe
No.
one of your genealogists can figure it out for me.
No. That guy wasn't eaten by cannibals.
Right?
Oh, he wasn't. It can't. Is anybody going to help him with that? Yeah.
Oh my God. You guys, I just now remembered to go live on Instagram.
We're a little late. It's fine. Nothing to
Sorry,
see here.
Instagram.
We're
I'm
getting
sorry.
the good part. They're getting the good part. It's fine.
Totally forgot. Like it's there. It's ready to go. I just hadn't hit the go live.
And all the people on Instagram would be like, Daisy's getting a boob job? What? What's happening?
They missed all the good stuff.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, Instagram. I'm very
Fine.
sorry.
Totally
yes,
fine.
Denise is like, Instagram just popped up. I know, that's me. It's all my fault. I forgot how to do the things, but like it's been a 4-day break and I forgot how to do things.
It's
Clearly.
fine.
So
It's totally fine.
anyway, all right. So that was the first clip. So he's looking for, come on, 23andMe, like pony up some data for Joe because he needs it, right?
Nobody wants to claim him. So nobody's going to do this. You know what I mean? Like there's no ethnicity that's going to be like, we claim Joe Biden. Nobody wants him.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. He also, at one of the D-Day ceremonies, tried to sit on an invisible chair. Here that is. I'm just going to sit. Am I going to sit?
Distinguished guests,
Am I gonna...
please welcome the Honorable Lloyd J. Austin.
You guys, we've raised toddlers. I mean, we've raised toddlers. I think he was actually pooping. That's what a lot of people believe. That's it. He was taking a crap right there.
Oh my God.
And Jill was just like, I'm going to beat you when we get home. She was like, no rice pudding for you. You get none today. You're going
You
straight
have
to
not
bed.
behaved well.
Straight to your bed with the rails.
Well, and then aside from the D-Day stuff, there was this Juneteenth celebration, and there's some moments from that. So there was some live music, and there was also a fellow trying to get everybody to clap to a certain beat, which if you're a person with any, like the tiniest bit of rhythm,
Oh my
you could
God.
find the beat. You could find
You guys,
it.
so, like I would be getting down. It's Kirk Franklin. If you guys, some of you have heard, I would imagine at least maybe 2 or 3 of you have heard of Kirk Franklin. Okay, like I would be getting down.
Down.
How do you not. And he is standing there like a pooping zombie.
Well, that's not even this clip. That's the next clip.
Not?
But this is when they just want people to clap. Okay, so the guy's getting everybody ready to get in the mood for some dancing, and he's just looking for people to clap on a beat. Kindergartners could do this. Okay, not Joe Biden. Watch.
So old school and say, clap your hands, everybody. And everybody.
Oh my
clap
God.
your hands to the people on this side. Clap your hands to the people right here.
Even
clap
Doug's
your
doing
hands
it.
to the people up top. Clap your hands. Watch this.
Doug.
He looks so confused.
Oh my God. It's just not, it's not right. And then in this clip, there's a dude.
I thought it was Billy Porter.
I don't know. You guys are gonna have to help us out. She thinks it's Billy Porter. I don't know who it is. But there's a dude in a glitter dress on the left. And it's for all intents and purposes, it's religious. It's like Christian music. What's happening?
But you know my favorite thing about this clip, because this is the dancing clip. Everybody's getting down, except for
pooping
Biden
zombie.
looking like a 3-year-old looking at. You know what he's doing? He's doing the Hillary looking at the balloons face the entire time.
3-year-olds would be dancing. They know
Well,
how to
that's true.
dance.
That's
My 3-year-old would get down to this music. He looks like he's a zombie. Yeah.
But my favorite thing about this clip is that the best way to watch it is several times and then looking at a different person every
each
time.
Yes.
Because it's so funny. Like no matter who you look at, it's hilarious. And that apparently is George Floyd's brother next to him, who I think realizes at some point, dude has frozen. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get him to fist bump or something because I'm worried.
Yeah.
And so just whoever you look at, you're gonna have a good time watching this clip.
And they're all doing the hand gestures.
And he's just frozen.
The dude in the dress, I can't.
I think that's Billy Porter.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like him.
That is a horrible dress. Oh my God. Like, right? What is he doing? George Floyd's brother's like, dude,
wake up.
You're just standing. What is going on? I can't.
Oh my God. And then Kamala's husband looking like the whitest of white dudes.
He is so white. I know, right? He is totally white. But at least he moves. He's got like the white man's. He's got the white man's. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm white.
Oh my God. He was trying. He was really.
Yeah, I mean, he always tries. He always tries, and he's always awkward. But at least he is moving his body very awkwardly.
And not just staring with this weird,
like
childlike smile.
I'm a cadaver. I am a pooping cadaver.
That was bizarre.
Yeah.
I think this is the clip where he says something, and I don't know. You tell me what he's saying right here.
She knows so long as she was denied, our freedom
What?
can never be secured.
Why do you make me do this? I can't.
Do you need it again?
Maybe one more time.
Okay, hang on, because it's very short, so you got to catch it while he's.
Here we go.
While he's talking, it's very, very short. Okay, let me.
Okay. She knows so long as she was denied, our freedom can never be secured.
I got the last part.
She knows how our freedom can never be secure. I don't know this guy. You guys,
oh my God.
I cannot. And then you got Mika going, I can't believe that this Trump guy he's not fit to be president. Okay, Mika, exhibit 40,642. This is Biden trying to speak on a podium. Also, he shit his pants during Kirk Franklin's performance. Do you have any comment on that, Mika? No comment.
Well, and then Laura Ingraham even had more clips from over these last few days of just all of these moments where Biden was like, it wasn't good. Here she is.
Terrible.
These are moments from today that our press will not show you. Biden confused upon arriving at the event.
my God.
Biden making sure he follows directions.
You're not
supposed to tell people that. Biden gets pulled back by Dr. Jill as Macron greets D-Day vets.
Wow.
This is our commander-in-chief.
Yeah. Those D-Day guys are more fit to be president than he is.
They are.
They are.
Legit are.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They are.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, naturally, Trump's team has taken advantage of all of these mishaps. And even before this weekend happened, they had put together this fantastic ad.
Look, I'm not a young guy. That's no secret. Anyway.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Right? It's
That
a pretty
was
good
so
one.
awesome. Again, Mika, how do you feel about that? Any comments? Yeah. Mhm.
All right. We have a little bit of a montage of just odds and ends that we need to get to. There's not going to be a DD today. We're going to have we're going to try to get to a schlong
Because of my boobs.
Yeah, because of her
Right.
boobs.
Mhm.
Maybe a couple of talks. But again, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter show today. But first, you may have seen like breathless headlines yesterday towards the evening that John Fetterman and his wife had been in a car accident and they were both rushed to the hospital.
Yes.
Naturally, clickbait was it was out of control yesterday. If it bleeds, it leads, and that is, of course, how our media operates. They're fine. I think he had like a bruise, and she was completely fine. It was his fault. I think he was driving, and he I don't know if he rear-ended somebody or whatever. Anyway, they're fine. It's just that the media made it sound like this was this giant news. It was just a fender bender. And here they are together to explain.
Hi, everybody. You've heard that we were involved in a car accident, and that's absolutely true.
It was the worst anniversary.
Yeah, and not great for your wedding anniversary, but we're both great. And thank you for all of you that you care. Thank you so much. But actually, I'm using frozen peas from the teeter in the yard, and of course Tylenol. But we're great. But thank you for anyone with well wishes.
They are very mismatched. Aren't they mismatched? Very mismatched.
Very odd couple,
Isn't
without
it?
question. Is
Mhm.
one of the oddest for sure. Yeah, it's a bizarre coupling. Eugene Heiger, thank you. Eugene says, Daisy, you don't have to worry about your boobs. Wait, what? Okay, I'm needing help. You don't have to worry about
Boobs. About my boobs' wrongness with them. God's given beauty. I think I'm going to take that as a compliment. So
I
thank
think
you.
you should. Yeah, I think that's
I'm
a
going to
good.
do that. I've never had more people talk about my boobs in such a short period of time. And so I don't know whether I should feel. I'm not uncomfortable at all about it, though. What does that say about me? What does that say? I don't.
A lot of people, and here's another.
Right.
Here's another. See, Mike Gassman. Everything's bigger in Texas, right? Got to fit in.
Right.
Aquanet and some balloons.
I probably maybe I should consider this. I don't know. Just never.
Oh, okay. Here's Eugene corrected. Nothing wrong with them. Wonderful size.
Thank you. On the itty bitty committee. Okay.
Itty bitty titty committee. You left out the most
Yes,
important
I
word.
did. I did leave out the important part. Thank you. Mom.
Joy Mead, thank you. Joy says husband's entire IT department is being outsourced to India today. Thanks, Joe Biden. Let's go.
Gosh, are you serious? I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah, that sucks and is unfortunately not a surprise. Here was something that was a surprise, and that was this video that was going around from January 6th of Nancy Pelosi owning in real time the fact that the National Guard was not prepared for what happened on January 6th and that she takes personal responsibility for it. This, you didn't see this during the big televised January 6th committee hearings, did you? But this is floating around right now. Here it is.
Responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they have been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
Oh, okay. Well, that is a new.
You're right. Like, why don't we ever see this stuff? Like, why was that suppressed? It's
a question.
Astounding. Yeah, it's a question. So, they're always talking about narrative. Well, that's a narrative. It's really, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. She did go on a couple of talk shows to address it. And naturally, she's just like, you don't worry your pretty little head about that.
Mm-hmm.
Here she is with Nicole Wallace, who she's getting to be Ashley level hate for me.
Yeah, she's awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
I do think this is stirred up and a brouhaha on the right and in some corners of the media today.
Well, because of the fact is that the President of the United States, the former president, and his toadies do not want to face the facts. They're trying to do revisionist history on January 6th.
They are.
But we cannot let us be dragged into their, again, false impression of what happened that day. They know what happened that day.
Really? Do we? Because you guys created this like ABC produced thing about January 6th, and you had Liz Cheney and the crybaby, get up there. Yeah, crybaby, get up there and tell us what happened. And then you turn again with the gaslighting and the projecting,
right?
Again with it and trying to do revisionist history. That's what you're doing. That's precisely what you guys did. We never really got the true story on that until like Tucker started talking about it, right? And even then, I don't think we didn't get the full story. Have we ever gotten the full story on it?
And that video that we just saw had to have been from her daughter.
Right.
I mean, the only person and so why they're releasing it now? And none of it makes sense. But for her to be like, you just don't listen to any of that.
And why wasn't that part of it? Why wasn't that part of Liz and Crybaby's little production, little ABC production? Why wasn't it?
Convenient. It wasn't convenient.
Interesting, isn't it? Screw you and your narrative.
Now, I know you're very, very sick of being gaslit, but you're about to get gaslit even harder because for some reason, KJP was invited to be speaker at some like journalism, communication, something or other. And the lack of self-awareness, I've never seen anything more extraordinary than this.
When I addressed the press from the White House podium, the only thing and getting our message out to the American public is whether the people sitting in those chairs and the folks watching at home feel like they can trust me, feel like the information that I am providing is worthy for them, and they can trust, obviously, that information.
Right.
They can't.
I mean, let's just get Casey Anthony to speak at a parenting conference. Right. What's happening? What are we doing?
I mean, it's crazy, right? The fact
it is.
That she says that, like, I'm such a good example of people trusting me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. BTK, thank you. BTK says peaches to melons and a Brazilian butt lift.
I don't think Brazilians are going to help this. I don't know how many Brazilians it'll take to do that.
Oh my God. Okay. One more thing before we get to Schlong. And that is this extraordinary moment that took place at Georgia's 2nd District Congressional primary debate. And there's a fellow by the name of Chuck Hand who is going against the more establishment candidate there on the GOP side. And he was asked, I guess, like right out of the gate, a question by the debate moderator, decided he wasn't going to answer it, but had some things to say.
Congress is currently working on a new farm bill, which will have a big impact on the 2nd District. What are your thoughts on the current House Republican plan? And specifically, would you support the controversial proposal to cut food aid for low-income Americans?
I'm Chuck Hand, lifelong resident of the 2nd District. I've worked side by side with the people of the 2nd District, solving problems since 2018. I've only seen this man next to me come around when it's election time, wanting to run for office. I've been wearing tires slam out in Southwest Georgia, meeting with voters and building relationships in our communities for years now. I'm not interested in debating the issues of the 2nd District with a man who doesn't even reside in it, especially one who orchestrates attacks on my wife. I'm more concerned about beating Sanford Bishop, representing you, and passing the America First agenda and putting Donald Trump back in the White House. This race is very simple. It's either 8th District money or 2nd District heart. The choice is yours. It's the dollar versus the change. Now, this is where I get back in my truck and head back to Southwest Georgia, because I got two races to win.
Thank you very much. Doug Reardon, you're not staying, sir? Are you leaving?
He's like, I'm out of here, biatches.
I guess we will continue, and I'll ask.
That is
the
amazing.
The other guy was like, we've got more questions. Did you hear him? He's like, I'm out of here. Mic drop. I love him.
Oh my God. That was just amazing.
And I hope he wins. You know, I mean, I hope that gave him so much publicity. Like, everybody knows who that guy is. So good for him.
And those lines, man, you can either the change or the dollar or the change. I loved that one. And then what was the one before that? That was so
money
good?
versus something
Heart
else. Like,
versus
money
heart.
versus heart. And think of how many races are like that, you know, that don't get attention. Because there are a lot of hardworking, like, regular people out there fighting the man. You know, it's why a lot of people don't do it, is because they're like, I can't go up against these establishment candidates. I can't beat them. And so good for him. I hope he wins.
Yeah.
Because we need more people like him.
Sorry, I was just checking on dogs. She's still okay. All right. Thank you very much to Julie Short, who said, whatever you're having done, Daisy, prayers for you.
Thank you.
She Picker says, I'm watching in arrears. However, I wanted to say Daisy Joe's hair looks amazing.
Oh,
that's an interesting Daisy Joe.
I guess I'm Daisy Joe. Thank you.
And Kim Poole, thank you. Kim says, Daisy, hope your procedure goes well. I can't wait
Thank
to meet
you.
you both. Hugs, ladies. She must
It's
be coming
coming.
to meet and greet.
I know.
Yay, 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 yay. All right. So for today's schlong, there's a viral video going around that this woman put up herself on her Twitch account. Because I looked for it on TikTok. It wasn't there because I was hoping to see more of her. She's an OnlyFans girl. Maybe this is a publicity stunt. Clearly it is. But she decided to record herself in the line for groceries at the grocery store. And there's an old gentleman behind her in line. And she sets up a whole other phone to record him looking at her so she can count the number of times he looks in her direction because reasons. Here it is.
She's just sitting in line, right?
Yeah. And she's holding a phone, which means
Right.
she has two phones going right now.
So he's probably like, what the hell are you doing? You look like a complete idiot and you're holding up a line.
And can you the orchestrating it took to set this up is ridiculous. I hate this girl.
She's in a public place. She's like at a Whole Foods.
That's what you guys are, just a couple of meat bags.
What? I
Oh my
cannot
God.
stand this girl. And
Right?
any girl like her. Seriously. So they can get clicks and likes on an account. And like their whole life is lived through the lens of social media. Get off your freaking phone and live your life. Like, seriously. Nobody cares about you, chick. And that guy was not scamming on you. That's not what I read.
To see when you were going to freaking move in the line.
Right. Life is not all about you, honey. God, I can't stand chicks like this. They
Right?
make They make all of us, like, they don't elevate us. They bring us all down.
Yeah. And then they do this whole thing where, like, I don't want attention, so I'm going to have 2 phones with me to capture all the attention I'm trying to get. And then I'm going to post the video to get more attention on me while I say, oh my God, I don't want these looks or attention. Give me a freaking break.
You said she's on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Shocker. So
she was wearing like this itty bitty teeny weeny little mini skirt. Yeah.
Right, of course. So
and bending over. You saw how she was bending over, like with
Right.
her butt in the air. And she's like, just see how many looks I get from
I
this guy.
can't believe they would. I can't believe they would objectify me, but then I'm going to have people come to my OnlyFans account and look at my ass. And that's how I make my money. I make my money by showing my ass and my boobs. And then I'm going to get mad when people objectify me. Get a real job. Seriously. No respect. No respect for these girls at all. Hoes. They're hoes.
Faux show.
That's what they are.
It is so infuriating, these attention-seeking women that do that. And this is like a lot of what Joey Swole talks about in his videos too. All these girls at the gym who set up cameras trying to catch guys ogling them while they're working out. It's just attention-seeking nonsense.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, and then they'll pose in these ways that they're commanding attention, right? I mean, they want it so badly. And then when they get it, they're like, see, that guy's a creep. Well, she's the creep in this video for recording the guy just standing in line. She's the creep.
And he actually was just, I honestly believe, as a woman, I would have been looking at her the same way. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Why do you have 2 phones? Why are you holding up the line? Why are you doing that?
I wish he would have called her out. I wish he would have been like, why are you recording yourself in line? You weirdo.
You look like a complete lunatic. Stop it. Just get your crap and go.
Right.
God, these people. And you know what? We need to start calling them out.
Yeah, I wish he would have.
People need to start calling out weirdos like this that constantly are videotaping everything in the gym and wherever in public. Start calling them out and being like, why are you videotaping this? Can't you just like live your life?
It shouldn't even be allowed. Honestly, you shouldn't.
And I don't want to be
allowed
videotaped.
to record in the gym, because like if you're even in the background, that should not be allowed. That's you don't do that.
I don't want to be videotaped. So why are you doing that? Yeah, I hope that gyms will start, making rules against that. And I don't know if you obviously can't make rules like that in public places, but still, like, that's where people just need to call them out and shame people like this. Because what a hag. See,
I know. Ridiculous. She Picker just fixed this. She said, stupid Siri and talk to text Joe's FFS Siri. And thank you to Evyatar Ashkenazi, love from Israel, and people need psychiatric help. Man, do they ever. Do they ever.
Yes.
Hi to Israel.
Hi to Israel. So we're ending a little early.
Yes, just a little bit. And because we have time, I think, for what, like 2 talks?
Like 2 talks, yep.
And then I also want to thank Jennifer Twet on Venmo, who said, so happy to have my morning BFFs back. I think Biden publicly announced he won't pardon Hunter, so the jury knows, don't convict him. Hoping, sorry, my eyes are getting so bad. Hoping Ella Dog gets better soon. Love you both. Thank you so much for that. Remember Indy, the singing dog?
Yes.
She reaches notes in this video, you guys. She struggles at first, but hold on, because she reaches notes that she has never reached before, and it is completely amazing. Watch.
Oh my God, I love this dog.
Yes, here it is. You found it, good girl.
Yeah. Wow. It gets so much better.
I can't believe how good you are. You went around. I was trying so hard this morning. Listen. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Girl.
Oh my gosh. Her pitch.
Yes, you are so good.
That's amazing.
I know.
Let's see if you can get your seat. See, it's hard for her. It's over her break, right? And he does it.
Look at her face.
You get up there. Oh, no, we got
She's
to get all
like,
the way up.
oh my gosh, she did it.
Today.
Oh my God.
Isn't that amazing?
I can't do it.
Yes, that's a D. You got a D today. Yes.
Oh my God. Why is she not giving her bacon?
I don't know.
I would be giving that dog so much bacon.
All the bacon.
And kisses. Oh my gosh. So much.
Okay, one more, and then I know it's time to go. And we showed Knuckle Bump Farms last week, and the Emmanuel, the emu, falling asleep to the lullaby.
Yes,
but there's more snuggling.
Oh God, that is a Satan bird.
I love you.
Oh my God, can you imagine? I'd be so afraid it would peck my face off.
He loves her. Look at that.
Oh
he loves her. He really does.
He really does. You're my best friend. Oh my God.
I mean,
it's crazy. I'd be so afraid. I would be terrified that he would turn on me and then I would have no face left, Because they are terrifying, you guys.
They're a little scary. I mean, it's true. Oh, also, did you see my shirt?
This totally I love it. That is great. Totally does.
And it does.
You guys, we're bringing it in. I gotta go. Oh, God, I'm so tired. I slept like 2 hours.
You're gonna have a nice nap.
I'm gonna have the greatest nap ever. Better living through chemistry, you guys. I'll let you know tomorrow how big these babies are.
And whether she can sit comfortably after the Brazilian butt lift.
That's right. It's gonna be hard to sit on this butt tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know how it all goes. You guys have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.